Let's go over everything you need to know for the Infernal Castle or Demon Tower in Arise. Hello, it is sisterguard here. Hopefully having a great day. I'm having a great day. We're back today in Arise crossover because we're going to be going over the Infernal or Demon Tower / Castle, whatever you want to call it. But before we get on into that, please make sure you smash the like button, the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it a lot. And let's get right into it. So we're going to go over what it is, when it spawns, stuff you can get from it, and basically the best stuff to be farming from it. So first of all, what is it? Basically, it is a 100 room dungeon that you can get into. It spawns at the 45-minute mark in any hour. So it spawns once an hour. The spawn location is on Solo Island. It's going to be right here, basically next to the Shadow Upgrader. It'll spawn right here in a big red portal. Now, when you go in, it's going to start you off at level 1, and you have basically about 15 minutes. And as you complete each floor, you're going to get an additional minute added. So if you're quick, especially near the end, if you get into the higher tiers, you are able to get a lot of time built up. I think I had up to 26 minutes on this one. So basically the point of the tower is while you're doing it, you're going to get anywhere from money, gems, dust, and you can get units. So let's go ahead and break down the money and gems. I'm going to be honest, late game, it's mediocre. Don't even worry about it, okay? I'm just going to be frank, it's horrible. Now let's go ahead and go over the units or shadows that you can get. So basically, every 5 floors you're going to get a boss. The boss will always arise higher rank than the enemies that are on that floor. Now how the floor progression works is floors 1 through 15 are A rank. Through 16 through 29 is S rank. And 30, they're going to start being SS. So that's where you want to start really looking at it, because if you notice in that little screen when you go on in, it says G rank, but it says epics. Now, normally, if we go over here to our index and we scroll down, the only 2 that could be G rank is Zeru and Monarch. Epics is the tier for the dungeon bosses, which means, guess what, guys? You now can get G rank dungeon bosses if you can get to floor 30. I actually had one of my people from my guild score one, so he got a G rank Mihawk. So we can just go ahead and check out that thing's max stats, which he's one of our few N rank people. It's not bad. It's not great. I mean, it's not a G rank Zeru, but it's not bad. So there is a chance that you can get some of these nicer ones. Let's go ahead and go on down to. I've seen. Let's see Gucci. What can Gucci be if it's max rank? Okay, so 336 trillion. Let's go and take a look at my Zeru. Yeah, that's twice. That's twice. So there is going to be a reason to get to floor 30. Now they did a bunch of updates on the Discord yesterday, kind of talking about it. Bosses now drop tickets. It's not a lot, to be honest. So unless you're able to get to like the very end, I think I got maybe in total like 30 getting to floor 30 on my run that I'm kind of showing as B-roll footage in the background. So yeah, it's kind of meh. But the big thing that can drop in these dungeons is dust. Now, when I'm recording this, they have just buffed the dust drops like an hour ago. Well, before that, I ran 6 dungeons, because there was a previous video where I talked about the best dust grind, and I had one lucky run, and y'all ripped me a new one. It's this video right here. So I went ahead and did 3 normal runs and 3 boosted runs. What normal runs are is I'm not running a looting sword and I'm not running a drop potion. Now, I have the game pass that allows me to get extra drops. For our normal run, this is the stats I was getting. So on average, I was getting about 80 of the variety dust between all 3 of those runs. Which, by the way, I have all those runs in an unlisted video down below if you want to go check them out and critique me. As always, they're there for y'all to look at. Then I did 3 boosted runs. I was only getting to floor 25 on all of these because that's kind of the point where it became too much. And mostly because of my looting sword, which, by the way, if you've not made a looting sword, I have a looting aspect 2 and a looting 5. I would highly recommend you go get one. Go get a common sword. Go ahead and do that. And once you get enough to be able to make 2 SS weapons, which I'm trying to do right now, go ahead and make you one that's a little bit better and does more damage. You can get further with it, but go ahead and get you a looting sword, even if it's just a looting 5, because the bottom stats on the bottom of this chart, those are the boosted run. That's when I was running a potion for at least 10 minutes and I had a looting sword the entire time. As you can see, the average, if we add all of those averages together, that's like 600 dust, guys. Like 600. Not even that. Like, I'm sorry. No, that's about 600 dust. That's a stupid amount. Now, I did record doing a normal run after the buff, and I got an even more insane amount. And that was with me not using a looting sword. So this has gotten even like higher. Like, this is now the best area to go farm dust in. So no one should have an issue with dust now, ever. No, just ever. No, you should be completely fine. You should have all the dust in your inventory. You should be yeah. So I know a lot of people are kind of complaining that there's not a lot of stuff to do. This tower was a way that we have something new to grind. You have a way to start getting OP weapons, to get N rank for player rank, which that is possible right now. You just have to get a very specific sword. And we now have new things to grind, which, whew, some of those bosses look real nice. And this also does mean that we have more G rank shadows we can get, which I know a lot of people were complaining we didn't have enough to go get. Well, now we do. Now, one thing I don't think I mentioned is while you are going through the castle or demon tower, whatever you want to call it, every 5 floors you are going to get a boss. The boss drops tickets and all dust types. I will let you know from having run the dungeons. You can go ahead and check the footage as well from that unlisted video. All of them will drop multiple dust types. I had multiple times I was running through and I would see multiple dust come out of a single unit. So there is now even more chance to get stuff. Now the bosses will give you dust if they're not destroyed. Now for newer players, I know some people be like, I can't do this. I can't do this. Look at the first floor mobs. If you can do that health, that means you can start getting A ranks. You can get A ranks from further zones. If you can make it into 15 plus, that means you can now get S units. So this is good for everybody. Like everybody's should be super happy with this. And I'm really glad it's just solo, because it's gonna keep, you know, people from carrying others or all that good jazz. Or yeah, so I mean, it's a little bit tedious to do, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not like the biggest fan of like constantly running the dungeon, but you know, doing the castle, you know, 2-3 times a day, gonna get you something to get going. So I'm a little curious to see what they do with it. And yeah, I am 3 hours from the next leaderboard spot. Ooh, okay. But yeah, that's everything with the Infernal Castle. I like this update a lot. Honestly, it is probably one of my favorites so far, because they've had a lot of quality of life stuff and it gives us something more unique to grind. Now, right now, the only units that will actually help me are on floor 30, and that takes me about 35 minutes. So yeah, no, it's not entirely the funnest grind in the world, but meh. But it does give me the ability to start working on getting better weapons. Y'all know, if you watched my streams last week, I was struggling trying to get her scythe. I now have a really nice scythe. I'm super happy with that. Would I like something better? Absolutely. And I have my sights set on trying to get one. And this update has definitely improved that. So y'all go get all the dust you need. Good luck getting your G ranks. And see y'all next time.